Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life, Eastern Nutrition. Now, I got an interesting list sent down to me from the Eastern Nutrition Division by Chef Kiara. Now, this episode is super important because it's going to surprise so many people as to what I'm about to discuss. And I know many are going to blow up the email box, tons of chat requests, and telehealth session requests, but please be patient, because I'm about to discuss a list sent down to me by Chef Kiara on 30 different types of foods that many individuals are unaware of that can possibly kill you. And many of these foods, a lot of us ingest on a regular basis. And regular doesn't necessarily mean every day, although there may be some items that some people ingest every day, but regular meaning once a week, once a month. It's a part of our diet some way, somehow, you know. And once I'd received this list from Chef Kiara, I knew immediately, because a handful of these things I ingest regular enough that I had to sit with her, because it made me a bit nervous. So, you know, I'm gonna get started. And the first is mushrooms. You know, and not every mushroom is created the same. You know, but some species of mushrooms contain poisons that can kill you. So if you're new at trying mushrooms, you know, do your research, extensive research. If periodically, like spread apart, you ingest different forms of mushrooms, again, do your research. You know, better safe than sorry. The next, believe it or not, and it shocked me, but you want to be careful, is tomatoes. Now, I know some are raising their eyebrows like, tomatoes? What do you mean? I put tomatoes on my sandwiches, my salad, this, that, and the other. But the leaves of a tomato actually contain a poison called glycoalkaloid. So when you're eating tomatoes, you don't want to accidentally include tomato leaf because you sliced it, you weren't careful slicing it, or whatever the case may be, or you even ate one whole and included the leaves with it, because you know it can definitely upset your stomach and cause severe cramping, and it can even cause bouts of anxiety. So be super careful ingesting tomatoes, and be sure that you exclude the leaves. Now, another one is rhubarb leaves. You know, you can make tons of baked sweets that taste awesome with rhubarb. But the leaves, again, here we go, again, are poisonous. You know, ingesting the leaves can create problems with breathing, kidney failure, seizures, and in some cases, death. So here we go again. Is another case of staying away from the leaves. Next is peanuts. Now, most people are aware some have allergic reaction to peanuts, and the response being anaphylaxis, which leads to constriction of your airways, causes shock and even loss of consciousness. But it can also cause death if not careful or left untreated. So there are a lot of foods that contain peanuts indirectly. So make sure you carefully read the label. And then there are certain things that don't contain peanuts directly as an ingredient, but are cooked in pans, pots, that previously cooked something that had peanuts in it. So you have to be careful of that as well. Next is shellfish. Now, allergic reactions to shellfish. Now, I myself, and so is Chef Kiara and many people in the Eastern Nutrition Division, we don't care for shellfish. It's just not healthy to ingest. Matter of opinion here. Matter of opinion. Because there have been those who have been known to have a severe allergic reaction to shellfish and had difficulty breathing. And that can also be life-threatening. The next is going to surprise you, and that's potatoes. Ooh. People are saying, what's going on here? You know, you guys up there at Acupuncture My Life losing your mind? But no, potatoes. See, because potatoes also not only have poisonous leaves, but stems. And also most individuals who have died from ingesting potatoes is because they ate green potatoes or drank potato leaf tea. Nope. So be careful, guys. Be careful. Another is cherries. Now, I've seen and asked people to stop chewing on cherry seeds. I've literally seen people eat cherries and not a lot. It's about 3 or 4. And although I didn't know them, I'd explain to them, those seeds contain a poison called hydrogen cyanide. So to break down those seeds in your mouth and then swallow it can be very dangerous. So be careful when it comes to cherries. And even if you can avoid swallowing the seeds whole, because to a great extent, what your stomach acids are going to do to break that seed down, or some of it, better safe than sorry. And if you have children that love cherries, try and de-seed it first before giving it to them. Another is raw meat and uncooked eggs, which most are familiar with, because raw eggs contain salmonella bacteria, which can cause gastroenteritis. And salmonella poisoning can lead to complications such as bacteremia, which is life-threatening for individuals who have a weak immune system. So it's something to think about. I mean, growing up, a lot of us grew up watching the boxer, a movie called Rocky, and he would down, raw eggs. And it purportedly made him stronger and ready for his fights and so forth and so on. And I know of bodybuilders that do that. And they hate to see me coming because I do ask, you had your raw eggs this morning? Because if you did, I suggest you stop. Now another, don't get upset, almonds. Now a lot of you are saying, like, oh man, I drink almond milk. I love almonds. It's healthy. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, we do. Because bitter almonds, raw almonds are full of cyanide. So before you ingest almonds, you have to make sure it went through its appropriate heat treatment to remove all toxins. Remember, almonds in its raw form are loaded with cyanide. Very dangerous. Another food that can potentially kill you is hot dogs. And that's just basically from choking. Because kids, love to whisk down hot dogs when they're hungry, or they're just eating and want to rush back to playing, and just whisking them down can be very dangerous for a child. So just be careful. Just be careful. Another are fruits that have seeds. Like apples, again, cherries, plums, pears, apricots, peaches. Avoid the seeds as much as possible. Because it contains amygdalin, which is actually a compound that's used to produce cyanide. And if you consume large doses, symptoms, it can result in symptoms such as vomiting, dizziness. It'll definitely increase your blood pressure, potentially kidney failure, coma, and even death. So guys, be careful of these fruits with seeds in them. Another is elderberry. Now, here's something you should make note of. Because many people around the world love elderberries. But elderberry plant is used to make medicinal syrups, liquors, sodas, and it can severely upset your stomach. So here we go with leaves again. Stay away from the stems and the leaves of elderberry. Another is castor oil. Now, castor oil, as some are aware, is derived from the castor bean plant. Now, that plant is loaded with a poison that's called ricin. So be very, very careful. Another is pufferfish. Some have heard of this fish and the dangers, the hazards of ingesting it. And many haven't. And the skin of this fish contain an extremely, extremely poisonous toxin that can paralyze you, and it can even result in death. Another is live octopus. Now, I've experienced live octopus a few years ago. Love the taste, how it was spiced, and the sauces used as well. But now you have to be very careful eating live octopus because, as you know, octopus on their legs, they have suction cups. And if you don't cut up these suction cups well and chew it well, be very thorough chewing that part of it. It can get stuck in your throat and you can potentially choke to death. So So you really have to be careful when ingesting live octopus. Now, okay, a lot of my Caribbean folk love ackee. They eat ackee and saltfish. I mean, you could put ackee in different things. Delicious. But you have to make sure this fruit is fully ripened, because it actually contains toxins that can lead to your death. So be careful with this fruit. The next one, I see a lot of hate emails coming this way to Acupuncture is My Life, Eastern Nutrition. I see it coming. So probably just gonna shut down the email server for a few days, sort of bounce back, be rejected. But I have to say this one, and it's honey. Yep, you heard it right. Honey. Now, honey contains pyrrolizidine alkaloids, which is a poisonous toxin. So make sure your honey has been pasteurized. So when you're thinking of raw honey, dangerous. Pasteurized honey, good. Remember that. Because ingesting this toxin can cause headaches, vomiting, weakness, dizziness, and eating too much of it can be fatal. So be careful. The next, many of you are aware of, and that's kidney and lima beans, because this is why we soak these beans before cooking them. And you have to soak it for several hours to remove the lectins, because lectins kill cells in your stomach. So soaking, cooking, and draining lima beans thoroughly will get rid of this chemical compound, which is called linamarin, which can actually turn into hydrogen cyanide. So carefully soak your lima beans and your kidney beans for several hours. Properly cook and drain them as well. Now the next is tuna. And, many are aware of mercury poisoning in raw tuna, ingesting raw tuna. It can be dangerous for children and women who are pregnant. And symptoms can result in pain, itching, high blood pressure, and so forth. So be careful with your tuna. The next is nutmeg. Now, a little as a spice is great when you're baking, but ingesting too much of this spice can lead to psychosomatic or psychotic symptoms like hallucinations, disorientation, hyperexcitation. So be careful, guys, with nutmeg. The next, believe it or not, are cashews. Now, the shells of a cashew possess anacardic acid, which can burn your skin and also cause upset stomach. Now, cashews in their raw state contain urushiol, which is a chemical that can cause like poison ivy, like rashes. And if you consume too much, it can even cause death. So be careful with cashews in its raw state. Avoid them in their raw state. The next is cassava. Now, many people love cassava, but you have to avoid, again, the leaves and its roots because they are rich with cyanide. Just 2 roots. Ingesting 2 roots can be fatal. So before even consuming these vegetables, they have to be peeled and cooked before you even look to ingest it. So be careful with cassava. And also bean sprouts. Now, bean sprouts are hard to cook. It's hard to cook out its foodborne illnesses like Listeria, Salmonella, and even E. coli. So it all has a lot to do with cooking bean sprouts. Another is raw milk. Raw milk, the dangers of E. coli and Listeria, especially in children. Make sure your milk has been pasteurized. Because there are people that love to drink milk straight from the animal, which can be very dangerous. All right, everyone, you ready for the next one? Don't get upset. Especially individuals that love hot spices. Don't get upset. Sit down, buckle your seatbelt, glue it together so you don't jump up and say, all right, that's it, I've had it. Screw the show. They're ruining my life. Actually, we're not. We're here to help you. And as a matter of fact, before I even say the next one, I'm going to ask that you pull your car over to the side or hurry up and get across the street, or if you're lifting something heavy, put it down and just close your eyes for a second and say to yourself, acupuncture is my life. Now open. Boom. Now you're ready for the next one, which is chili peppers. Yep. Chili peppers. Now, one won't kill you, but keep in mind, these peppers contain a chemical called capsaicin. And that's what actually makes them really spicy. But the same chemical is used in pepper spray. And if you ingest a lot of chili peppers, it can cause your lungs to constrict. Oh boy, we don't want that. So be careful with chili peppers. Okay, now if you're not upset with me, unfasten your seatbelt. The next is marshmallows, but this is focused toward children. And you know, there are cases where children love to pack marshmallows in their mouths with their friends and swallow them. But marshmallows, especially once they become moist, are a major choking hazard to a child. So be very careful. The next is unpasteurized cheese, which is pretty much the same as raw milk. An unpasteurized cheese contain deadly foodborne what can cause deadly foodborne illnesses, bacteria. Just be careful with that. Now, on a previous Eastern Nutrition episode, we spoke about microwave popcorn and the top 100 foods to avoid. Again, we're going to reiterate. Stay away from microwave popcorn because the bags that they come in contain a chemical that can damage your liver and even cause in men prostate cancer. So just try and avoid it. Get a popcorn cooker, put a few kernels in there. Just organic popcorn and just enjoy your popcorn that way. Next is margarine. Be careful of how much margarine you consume. If you can avoid margarine, avoid it. Because it contains a lot of hydrogenated oils that in and of itself contain trans fats, which would increase your risk of heart disease and even cancer. Just, if you can just stay away from margarine, stay away from it. Really. The next, again, on the top 100 foods to avoid, especially bacon. Avoid processed meat. Meats containing nitrates and nitrites been consistently linked to colon cancer. But there's so much to learn from following Acupuncture is My Life. Now, this list wasn't as bad as, the top 100 4-part series, because there are a lot of angry people in which we gave them an excuse to buy an airline ticket to New York City to really scream at us about that list. Asking, what are you trying to do, starve us? No, we want you to eat better. Follow Acupuncture is My Life Eastern Nutrition so you can learn the foods that are good for you, lead to a happier, longer life. And that's why I say follow us on every social media platform under Acupuncture is My Life. And if you're a Twitter person, it's Acu_is My Life. Go to the Acupuncture is My Life website and click on the Eastern Nutrition section. So much to learn. So much to your avail. But yes, this is the conclusion of another great Eastern Nutrition episode. And until next time, Acupuncture is My Life. What's yours?